So Bob comes up to me at my birthday party and says, I want you to write the foreword to my book, 1 Minute Millionaire. I said, great. I'd like to know how to make $1 million in a minute. And so
Sure.
and I said, you and I have been friends for whatever, long time. You endorse my stuff, I've endorsed yours. So next day I'm flying up to talk in Vancouver, and in first class, the seat next to me, he comes on the plane. He always shows up at the last second. I don't know how he pulls stuff off, but he sits down. I said, what are you doing here, Bobby? And he said, I'm going to ask you to write the book with me. And I said, I'm going to write this book with you. I've never made $1 million in a minute. I've made millions, but never in a minute. So we decided to do the book. And as you know, I have 3 principles. It's got to be original.
Yeah.
And this is my corporate colors. And the butterfly is the spirit of illumination and freedom in the whole world.
Yep.
And I said,
It'll change every day. Yeah.
Yep. And it starts out in the chrysalis, transforms, and becomes this magnificent, which we bred butterflies in our little place in Newport Beach. My little daughter, we did the nets and her anise and all that stuff. Yeah. So I said, it's got to be original. So we did 2 books in one,
Yeah.
right? The left-hand side, your left brain, the right-hand side. Nobody had ever done a fiction, nonfiction. We were number 1 on both lists because we sold so many so fast. But we did Purple Inside, which Random House was just having a flip. You go, oh, that book's going to go. Anyhow, we did a butterfly that by the time you're done reading it, the butterfly goes to the top.
Oh, that's so
Isn't that cool?
I love that.
But number 1, it's got to be original. Number 2, it's
Yeah.
got to be transformative, not to me, to you, the reader.
Yeah.
I want you to go from broke, if you're broke and you are not, but to rich, or from rich to richer, because I want you to have money freedom, to buy time freedom, to buy relationship freedom, because our relationship's just starting, but it's going to get better. I can just tell you in advance if you know it. And number 4, so you can be passionately on purpose about freedom, because back earlier you asked about the kid, what makes happiness? Happiness comes out of having a meaning and a purpose that's bigger than you are, that's not self-serving, but other-serving.
Yeah.
That's how I define it.
That's literally what it is. That's literally what it is.
So the book's got to be original, transformative, but number 3, it's got to be inevitable.
Yeah.
The people that read it, like I told you about Adley, went out and made money, and she sold a lot of books, and the book keeps selling, and I keep getting paid for it, and so is Bob, and we love that. But I'm on a podcast in England with the biggest guy there. We got to get you on his podcast, Rob Moore. And Rob's had everybody on. Jordan Peterson, who just moved here to Arizona and is now becoming our good friend and all that. Anyhow, so he says, you goal shamed me.